Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. I'm glad to see everybody. Let me check my volume here. Oh, there we go. So I hope everyone can hear me. So today's Friday. Do you believe that July is soon around the corner? I can't believe it. I can't believe the timing has just keep going and going. I hope you all had a lot of wonderful things in your life this week. People I talk to are certainly having huge things come into their life and huge things going out. So let's just hope it keeps a flow and that some really wonderful blessings can come into your life for you. So we're here to do messages today. If you checked my community, you didn't notice anything on there yet, but you will. Just keep looking. And I've already had a couple people tell me they wanted to learn the light language. So it's all exciting. All right, so we're going to start with you today, Chase. I hope you're having a good morning. And she would like a healing message, please. All right. So it's interesting. There's so many names and only 4 on. You must come on and put your name in. There's a 5th one. All right. So this is for you, Chase. I see actually a male energy with a healing robe on, and he's coming down the steps and around to you, and there are gold threads woven into his material on his robe. So I would distinguish him as a higher healing energy, and he's putting his hands out like this to you and wanting to put your hands in his hands. And he's going to upgrade the level of God's light that comes into you. Heta hapa shapan ne ye la de kepata yakata popo shashanane de kepa papa shenanane kete papa shashama. Now he's wanting to instruct you to know you always reach up to the great central sun, asking for the light of God to come down in through your crown, down into your heart, and up over your shoulders and out your palms. And now I want you to cross your hands over your own heart and to feel that new light. Good. Very good. It may feel like a warmth. It may feel cold. Everybody's different. But I want you to be aware of the penetration of it. Now, the intent that he is setting here is for you to be able to receive information from this light and to align your intention with it. And your field should be starting to enlarge itself. Very good. Many blessings to you. So, let's everyone remember that every message is brought forth for everyone who wants to experience it. So, this is an important piece for all of you to have the highest light that your development can handle so that you can always see more, feel more without the disturbance of that which it might be. Yes. All right. Very good. All right. So, Elena, we'll go seek for a message for you. So I see an image of the lotus flower come for you, and it is in the pod. So you know that during the nighttime, the lotus becomes quiet and goes back into the pod. And it is when the sunrise comes, when the illumination of the lotus allows itself to open. So they're bringing to you the image of the lotus to hold that a truth inside your heart, encouraging it to open, to allow yourself to see the unique beauty of that which Mother and Father bring to you. And maybe you'll find something, or maybe you have something that can mirror that understanding to you. But this angel being that comes to you brings this movement of the opening of the lotus. And this is only the beginning, because there will come the day for all of you when who you are will surrender and open the whole being to the light and expansion into a lotus. So here it is starting with you in the heart. And to let a greater love, self-appreciation, compassion begin to express itself in your world. Many blessings. All right, very good. Good morning, Christina. Yes. So let's see what all the beautiful beings that are here today. So today immediately is colorful butterflies that are in constant motion with their wings, and at times still for a moment. But I want you to understand that their journey is an intuitive one. It is an intuitive one that takes them from here to there, to have nectar, to allow it all to function, and it's working. So they're wanting you to contemplate the surrendering of your journey into the hands of Mother and Father, and not have a mental figuring out or problem solving within the mind. They're wanting to suggest you bring it into your heart and allow yourself to be like the butterfly. When there is something that you need, you will follow. You will go there and receive what it is, and you will return back. And then you will go and you will receive what it is, and then you will return back. So allow the energy of the butterfly, which is a totem for you. And when and if you see a butterfly, speak to it and ask what is its message for the day. Yes. For the butterfly needs flowers and those type of things to be able to feed from. So you must continually to keep sharing and shifting that where you get your food from. So many blessings to you this morning, Christina, as the butterflies that come to you keep increasing. What a great teacher, huh? All right. Carrie, good morning. Certainly you may have a message. I hope you're doing well. Today, they are showing me an image of the spine. And they're wanting you to allow the conductors to the nervous system to be rebalanced is the message. So as I just run my fingers of light down the spine, I am bringing that consciously understood to you to relax. To let go. Yes, to be in harmony. So that all the vertebrae can do more of their job. I will move down it one more time, up in the cervical, which is about the travel. Adabashanahete. Adabashasha. Each vertebrae has its meaning. And I won't go there today. But there are certain ones that doesn't have the enlivenment of the nervous system there. And we are hoping to awaken that for you. For a greater life. For a burst of energy. For a passion of the breath of life. Hut. I'm here at the kidneys. Adavada Ketatea Bobo Anahatea Shimomo Hate Keteta Papa Yeshikatanamo. Good. Now, the tailbone is the energy pump. And let's just give it freedom. Yeta papa. Yeta bata bashana. Hope you can hear me. My voice is low. Release. There, so there's a new energy of light through the spine. There may be a feeling of enlightenment and upliftment. So, many blessings to you today, Carrie. I hope that was enjoyable. All right. Cavell, good morning. All right. So let's see what comes here for you. I see that this, again, I believe it's a healing being because they're wearing robes. Today are reaching their hand out and taking you into what looks like a library of very old teachings. So first, you must ask yourself, because they have shared with me that your passion is ignited when it is about how it once was. And it helps remind you of who you once were. One who had a great wisdom about theology. Actually, I hear the word Essenes. So you may want to look up some books about the Essenes and see which of that still rings for you and what parts do not. Some things you may have forgotten. For each time we're born, we do go through the path of the forgetting. So here today it is they're attempting to open to you part of your remembering. So the Essenes who were very devoted to God inside their heart and had great understandings. So if you find there is a willingness in your heart for that, know that you will be guided as to where to go and how it will show itself to you. And then what it is you do with it. Maybe it's nothing more than read it, but you will know as you see. Many blessings to you today, Cavell. All right. So here's Marby. Many blessings to you. There's something happening in your world that shows me there are two choices of direction. And I'm not sure that you have decided which way is the highest and best good for you. And I see the conflict could be your life as a human and your life as a spiritual being. So my question that's coming to you is it not true that your human reaches a point where it lives as a soul, which is the spiritual part of you, to become the spirit? So perhaps you need to really contemplate this decision and think of all the devotion and time you've given to understanding more of you and decide which would be more advantageous. Because you always know that when you make a choice that includes God, more comes. In all ways. But it is not my place to influence you. I'm just making you aware of the difference between human and spirituality. We're all together on a journey of moving from our human self into a level of the soul and eventually into the level of our true spirit. So, many blessings to you, Marby. If you have a question, you can ask me down at the end. Thank you very much. All right. See? Too much of a jump. Let's go back up. All right. MKZ. Here we are. MKZ. She wants a message. Always you present yourself at a certain level of awareness. And MKC, first they take their hand and want to lift you up through a spiral stairway up to another level. And on this level, a Palladian shows itself. And they are helpers in our world. And they would like you to stroll with them for a moment to have an understanding more of what is being offered to you at this time. And first, there is a flag of a grand heart with flames of gold. The heart is outlined in red, and there are gold flames all around it. So first, I want you to contemplate what that symbolization may mean to you. And as you walk and find and decide to accept that gift, as you walk through it, it will become you. It will dissolve within you. So flame of the heart ignited is very powerful in its depth of wisdom and understanding. And the gold flames are that of wisdom. So I believe this is their gift they're offering you today. A greater wisdom is much different than knowledge. Knowledge is of the mind, that which is learned here upon this plane. Wisdom travels through all time, through all experiences, through all possible needs of answers. So, here you are. They're offering their hand to help guide you. And this is your choice. But many blessings to you, my dear. Now you are safe. All right. All right. Good morning, Carol. I hope you're doing well this morning. All right, Barbara Ward. All right, let's see where we're going here with you. For Barbara Ward, I feel like we're at a whole different level of a meeting place that this is all happening. They're having you look into a mirror and to tell them what you see. What do you see when you see yourself in the mirror? As you've heard me say, your right eye is your soul. Does it look ignited or is it passive? And what of your face? Does it look enlivened or is it passive? Where is excitement within you? Where would you describe and how would it feel? Everyone should ask themselves these questions. Everyone should know as they take a step each day. Are you walking in the mundane day of yesterday? Or are you walking today to create a powerful, unique, amazing day in your life, this moment? And how you know these things is take a moment and look at yourself. Where are your thoughts? Are your thoughts with yesterday, 2 days ago, last week? Or are your thoughts with the moments of time you have today to bring fulfillment, laughter and fun and great love? And then decide where and how you begin your day today. I would say too many days are left in the shadow of yesterday and in the same old, same old, same old. What the newness of your spirituality brings you is that each day can begin new. Each day can bring new thoughts, new experiences, new laughter, a new quality of love and joy. The heart has a great capacity to do so many things. Perhaps it is time you take a moment to experience what it holds, for there is a great wisdom here as I have spoken. So, did I say and suggest too much? I'm sure you will be ready for it, Barbara. Let it be a beautiful day that you have today. Many blessings. For mother and father will walk with you. All righty. Joanna M. I welcome and thank you for your love and your blessing, Joanna. All right. So I'm going to present Joanna to this energy today and see what it brings forward. So today we're going to, and the tension is being brought upon the feet. Most likely for a lot of people, the most ignored part of the human body. And yet, let's contemplate that it is your feet that have you travel on your path, that move you forward, or that turn you around to go backwards. So there must be, and I will say there is, a great karma in your feet. When those days come when you know you've been there before, and you know you've experienced this before, and why again? So we want to take 1,000 shoes and pull them off one after another off your feet to remove the karma from where you've been and from where you've been and again and again and again. For it has become now that you're moving into a consciousness of choice. You can choose to go back where you once were, and that's familiar, or you can choose to take a different step with a golden, like flat shoe that is comfortable and free to walk anew. And perhaps you might say to me, but then I don't know what's coming. And would you rather know the pain and the anguish that's coming? Or perhaps the new and the love and the excitement and possibilities that are coming for you? If you can but for a moment with me look before the window in front of you, and it's light and airy and sparkles and little birds singing and humming a melody to you. So I suggest to you, let these shoes be continued to be removed, and the karma from the past, and the heartache and the sadness. Yes. And let your heart be reignited as you step through this wall of glass to a new place, and you ask Mother and Father, show me what I am here to be, to learn and to do, for I will not give up on me or you. Many blessings, dear, many blessings. Very nice. All right, Barbara. She's wishing you all a wonderful weekend. Good morning, Kathy Marina. Carol's asking everyone to hit the like button. Good morning, Prime 3. How are you? Kathy Marino again. May I have a message? Yes, you may. All right. So the energy's taking me. First, I thought hair, but as it settled, it is the head. Yes, the head. The message today is for that which is within the mind. And I want to encourage you to bring that which is of the mind into the heart. People sometimes say to me, well, how do I do that? It is through your intention, my friend. Imagine that energy which in your linear teachings have given you knowledge, to take it and to just move it down into the wisdom of your heart. And there will be almost like a sinking, S-Y-N-C-I-N-G, sinking of the energy, broadening your awareness to be able to know things, feel things on a great, deeper, expanded way. Yeah. So it is taking that wisdom of the heart and it expands as you allow your intelligence of this life to add to it. And today, together, it creates a great harmony and there's a safety to it inside you. Not of the know-it-all, but of the knowing. So feel for a moment as your heart expands. And it expands out around your field very far. No, not all the chakras. Right now, it is the heart. But as you work with them, they perhaps will. All right, Kathy. Interesting. Into the heart. Very good. And Prime 3 would like a message. Virtual hug to you. All right. Very spiritual today, Prime 3. Let's see what comes. Bubble. So they're going to come to your throat. And while perhaps through all the life, your voice, you have heard it be influential in that which you are. Today, upon this day, both the front and the back of the throat, that which in the front is God's messages coming through and speaking through you, and yet there is the love of the self, the acceptance of the self, the knowing that that which is beyond success or failure, and confidence. And on this day, it brings confidence and a great love. And we're going to take this energy of this throat and realign it even deeper into your heart. So the love and the wisdom you are comes through the throat. So we have blue embracing the green, the wisdom which is yellow, all creating a violet flame that exists now between your heart and your throat. I hope you can feel that. It is a union that now as you speak, you will speak from a deeper level inside you. Yes. And we shall talk more of this, but enjoy this experience. the love and wisdom of your heart, merging with the experience of speaking God through your voice. Many blessings. All right. Thank you so much for this message. I felt the heat from my hands. I will continue to align my intention with the light. Very good, Chase. I'm so thrilled to hear that. That's wonderful. Oh. Cavell. And Cavell is saying thank you. And Barbara Rosa. Yes. You may also have a message. All right. So, Barbara Rosa, I see like a golden lasso, and yet I'm asking why, for I do not understand what that message brings for you. Ah, yes, you're right. It is like Wonder Woman, but I do not know yet. I am not receiving that message, so give me a few moments. You know, in the subconscious work, it is to bring about a release to a place where darkness has tightened its hold. And we think of pulling out scarves and putting a faucet and letting it drain out. And I think this is a gift that they're bringing to you to use, is to gently allow the golden lasso to embrace and to allow it to be gone. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you can certainly write to me. But I didn't quite understand myself. But perhaps in another person, if you work with other people, it is to gently take this lasso and put around the arm or the leg or the organ where there is a distortion, and it will go in and illuminate it all with gold, and it will release after you've once talked about why it even got there. So, many blessings. What a healing tool for you. Many blessings. All right. So Barbara Ward says, wow, expansive, profound healing messages. Yes, each day is a new day. I welcome joy, bliss, magic, miracles, and wonderful experiences. Grateful that Mother and Father are walking with me. Thanks. And Kathy Marino, it's not letting me get down to. Thank you for your beautiful message. Bless you. Thank you. And I assume that's what we have right now. There's 10 people still here. Very different today. It's changing every time we gather. And no, I just move into a place of surrender, and it is what comes. I hope you enjoyed them today. Yes. And Barbara Rosa says thank you so for her blessings. Does anyone have a question today for me? That you would like me to respond, or anything about your message that came? I would like if you would share with your friends our experiences here, and I'm grateful for being able to spend time with such lovely beings. Yes. Oh, talking. What do I talk about today? You know, when I first met Douglas and we first traveled to Thailand, we took 6 huge bags. We laugh now. We had the violet bags, and we think of it now and we just laugh at how we really didn't understand that we hardly used anything we took with us. And the first place we went to was a hotel, and I had bought the right energy connection, but still, I the electricity in the whole hotel went when I plugged my thing in. So there's all these little things that happened. And so my hair dryer got ruined. So we go out, and Doug went with me to help me find a hair dryer. And like today, I probably wouldn't use it. And so he's going, and I'm cracking up. This big, tall guy with all these shorter people, he's trying to tell them that we need a hair dryer. It was just absolutely crazy. And we would get so hungry because we weren't open to the hot taste of Thai, which is much hotter than it is even here. And we finally found this one place that was what's the pizza place that they come in the little boxes? And here that really wasn't what it was either. Everywhere we turned, nothing was like what you thought it was. You would go out at 2:30 at night to the night market, and that was a lot of fun. Here, you would probably never do it. But that's when it's like daylight there, and there's all these, people selling things and doing things, and we would laugh. A group of us would go. It was quite wonderful. And then you go back to bed, and then you're busy all day the next day. But it was quite good. And you're not allowed to hug in Thailand. Let me see, here's a message. Anyway, we were all told, because we were too huggy, that the hotel was disturbed because we all kept hugging each other. So we were banned from being able to hug each other, if you can imagine that. Thank you, Barbara. Okay, Cavell. You have some information regarding the ascend. I assume you're saying ascension? No problem, because so much that's out there is not true. The ascension is your development of your consciousness. So there are actually 7 different levels of your consciousness, that each one of your chakras can be at a different point in time throughout lives. And you've all had lives before this life, most usually. So to get to where all of a sudden all those chakras are all at 7777777 is quite the journey, and you learn so much in that process. And in that, getting grounded and down into the center of the earth is the most important thing, because you have to be grounded so that when you ascend, all your light goes up, but it doesn't lift up from the ground. It stays in the ground and makes you this huge, beautiful light. It's like a tree that has roots. If there were no roots, the tree wouldn't exist. So you have to work on getting grounded deeper and deeper, all the way to the center of the earth. And then when you emerge, it's all this light. And that is when then ascension has happened, and you have to at least be 51% harmless. So we don't all talk about harmlessness too much, but it means even you can't be harmful to yourself. So if you take one day and think about your thoughts too, because thoughts are real things. They go out and never stop moving around the earth. That's why you want to learn affirmations and make your mind useful versus harmful. And all the energy from all your chakras, that goes out and it's existent out there. And harmless is a big one. You must become harmless. Yes, and you must have an understanding. You must be in surrender. You know, surrender is a very difficult thing to teach and for people to find. But in that surrender, anyone could speak to you or happen to you, and you would remain neutral. So wherever you are, you can begin to search within yourself and your consciousness to find that neutral, that which doesn't flick a little feather on your shoulder. It's like, oh, interesting. It's not to be not approachable. It's not that. It's like hearing someone, but not having a reaction. So there's a number of things that must come about in your development within your consciousness as it's in its process of continually being raised. And there was a lot happening today that, when offered to everybody, has a lot to do with their raising, and see if they can hold that. It's not only being given it, but can you maintain it is the question. And that's what the journey's about. And the things that happen to you in your life are places within you of the 144,000 parts of you that still need attention. So instead of being upset about them, you need to sit and go, what do I need to learn about this? What's the part that upsets me the most, and why? And bring about love to that. So that is what it's about. It's not about sneezing and all these other things people say. No. And there'll be times before the true ascension that you'll get flooded with light. And that's when you begin to know that it may have started. But many people can't see to that level to know. And we'll see how it all goes. I hope that gives you some answers to your questions, Cavell. Anybody else? Let's see. Yes. All right. Well, I think I'm going to leave you to get about your Friday and letting your weekend come. I will be available on Tuesday. And sometime this weekend, I hope to get up. If you want to tell me what times would be good for you for the Mother TheoSophia class, maybe I should read something there for you today so that you hear this wisdom that comes. All right, I just always open the page. All right. So this is a good thought about after ascension. So this is about Thomas, one of his disciples. Remember, this book is about Jesus as Christ, after his ascension, speaking to his disciples. Thomas was the disciple who doubted the reality of Jesus' ability to return to a body of light. Now, Thomas is still upon the planet, and his consciousness is in a body of flesh, but it is not completely within the material substratum. He refers to himself as having a dweller of light within him. It is this Thomas who said to have been the apostle of the mystical canon, a mystical scripture thought to have been written between the Odessa region and the frontiers of India. Interesting. And there is an entire gospel that was found along this one from Thomas. Note how fear is reversed by faith. Not blind faith, but an active faith. And it is that faith, which is called pistis, that allows us to open hidden doorways of transformation, leading us from the lead elements of the earth into refined light energy. Even lead ore has within it the more refined elements of gold, silver, and copper, which symbolically show that within every dense matter there are to be found the refined elements of life. And humanity, instead of being of consciousness led or of a heavy elemental disposition, you can be refined into the consciousness of light. So no matter how you're feeling or whatever anyone tells you, you can become the most profound experience of light. And for 34 years, that's what really kept me going, is to find all the more there was. Lamps are symbols for the presence of the pillars of light. Not just ordinary lamps, but spiritual light powers, such as those we all believe in Gabriel and Michael that they have. We are given insights into this from the Gnostic thinking, where we find 2 lampstands as well as the 2 olive trees. In mystical terms, these lampstands are the pillars mentioned in the Old Testament that stand as a part of the temple structure. In fact, there are 4 pillars or lampstands because 2 are not seen, and these represent the 4 universes. So it goes on and on. And then there's a part that teaches you about the within and the without, and some of the 7 different levels of meaning. The most basic interpretation reveals how we are here to overcome chaos, which is conquered by faith, not fear. For faith brings it within our recognition of the light. And when we proclaim a higher faith, we can receive protection from the light as 2 angels standing on our left and right so that we can subjugate the negativity that has affected us. And you know how to keep darkness, or whatever word you want to give it, is to not be afraid, for there is nothing to be afraid of. In the light, there is no fear. In Mother and Father, there is no fear. Within our humanness, we can find it, but we can embrace it and love it and bring about our faith as it blossoms. All right? Truth and righteousness transforms the flesh, but it is the opening of a greater pathway into the light. That peace is brought forth and made manifest. These 3 superliminal powers, along with the grace, neutralize the 4 fallen and rearticulated the code structure of the flesh. And this was replaced into the DNA, back into the light. For the original code was light, and the consciousness of God that became manifest and will manifest again for a retransformation process. So much wisdom in this book. So I hope you contemplate. There's not going to be a charge for that. It's just going to be a meeting. And those of you who want to get the book, I told you how. And it's going to be like a discussion, like I'm sure Christ had with his people, his disciples. And there were 3 Marys there. So it's not just men. And you discover that we are all Sophia. There's a Sophia that has fallen, probably over and over again within us. And we are moving upward to give that life. And they call it becoming the bride of the bridegroom. So, here we are. It's almost been an hour. And you're welcome, Cavell. I hope you all come up with questions, because hopefully the answers will come through me. I wish you all a great weekend and many blessings and contemplative choices. Remember, you are the creator of your life. God has given you free will to have that. So it is that which you decide, that with which how you walk and how you love and how you speak, and of course how you think. That is creating your week next week. So the more you can keep those thoughts on a higher level in an awareness of truth, you'll find new happiness. Many blessings to all of you. Thank you.